Dear Hollywood, I would like some more Bill Paxton and Tim Thomerson, please. This is Near Dark on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. I've got Sam and I've got Jackie here. We just watched Near Dark. How are you guys with Near Dark?
Very anticlimactic. It's like finding a really good looking person at the bar and you're thinking, yeah, the sex is going to be great. And then you get them home and you're like, oh, whiskey dick.
I will remind you that you are quite married, young lady. And I do not appreciate that.
No, I'm just saying from when I was single, it's a lot like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As I remember it, because, when before that happened, when I was not married, I did things that shouldn't be talked about to children. Yes.
Or on the internet.
Sam's like, they kept passing out while I was taking a dump when we got back to my place.
And then if you come back and they're passed out and you got done taking a dump, you're clean, so, hey, just do what you gotta do. Right?
Oh my god, that's a little rapey.
Hey, this movie's a little rapey. Just going with the theme of the whole thing.
Do what he's got to do, he means
listen to some
masturbate in the corner and then pass out while holding a Teddy Ruxpin.
Actually, usually what happens is you come back out from pooping and you're like, well, they're passed out. And I'm pretty sure I'm not done pooping. I just pinched that off for sex, and now that I know that person is passed out and not going to have sex with me, I'm going to go ahead and finish pooping.
You got to go back in there for number 2.
Yeah, Number 2, number 3.
Near Dark. Near Dark, starring Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, the Jewish Mexican lady from Aliens, Adrian Pasdar from such great classics as Solar Babies, Heroes, and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's a flat top guy from the Marvel show that nobody watches.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to burn a question now, since we're introducing the staff here. Who is the Mexican Jewish lady? Because I didn't see any Mexican Jewish looking lady.
She's Lance Henriksen's girlfriend.
She was the one with the knives, right?
And the very
boobs.
not blonde hair.
Yeah, the fried off looking wig.
Yeah. She's the tough chick in Aliens.
She's also, I believe, in Predator 2.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't get that at all, that she was Mexican or Jewish. I was
I will not back that statement up at all.
Usually when somebody's cast as a stereotype, or not a stereotype, but as a race.
Typecasting.
Yeah, as a race, they at least have some similarities to that race. For instance, John Leguizamo's always, I'm not John Leguizamo, but LDP. LDP is either always Mexican, an Indian, or a Chinese man, and he is none of those things.
He's from the Philippines.
Yes. So this lady
is suffering. She's got LDP syndrome in acting.
She's got LDP syndrome, but I don't think she's anything but just a white Jewish lady.
Yeah, I think she just looks like a normal, everyday person that they try to shove into a stereotype by putting a wig on her.
Which does not happen in this movie.
No, I couldn't
just
tell. I was like, she's just a normal character.
This is the only other thing I've seen her in other than Aliens, and I just don't get it in Aliens. Why her a Mexican? But anyways.
I will give her this, though. She had the sweetest boobs in this movie.
Huh.
Like, her outfits. Maybe it was just her outfits, but they made her boobs look like
just because
wowzers.
They smuggled Maze all the way through the film and they never let him out.
Do you have experience with May's boobs?
No.
Oh.
I could just tell.
Oh,
you're being smuggled.
Boob smuggler alarm?
Yes.
Your sweater puppy's radar went off?
Oh, the radar went off, and then the detector
went up.
What?
Yes. I have there's a little rheostat arrow on the detector, and it was all boop, boop, boop. It pegged. I was like, those are boobs.
You thought May was a honey, huh?
Oh, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that there was something in there we didn't get to see.
Mm-hmm. I thought May sucked.
Oh,
Yeah, I did not like May. For the sake of the review of this film, her character name will not be May. It will be Brenda. She is a Brenda.
I refuse to accept that.
Or a Becky. Or a Starla. Well, maybe not Starla bad, but she's a Brenda, dude.
No, she
she's
was
May
really...
because of the character of Adrian Pasdar. Caleb?
Caleb.
May I? He's always sucking her blood, and she lets him. May I? He doesn't want to kill anybody. May I suck your blood instead? All right.
I think that's pretty reaching, dude.
It is reaching, and I'm crossing that off the list of things I wanted to talk about.
May I? I don't think so, man.
No, I think her character was supposed to be coy and...
She's not coy. She's been around. This is my problem with this film, is that she has been around. She's not like other girls.
Has she?
She's a vampire.
I'm burning a question
She's
now.
a vampire.
I'm burning a question now.
Is she a vampire? Yes.
She is a vampire. Wait, is anybody a vampire?
We never see any
sure.
fangs.
Well, yeah, but they
Never
get shot in the
see any
chest.
fangs.
I'm pretty sure they're vampires.
They could be alien spawns.
I'm going with vampire, but
Wait a minute. Hold
didn't see
on.
any fangs without
Hold
this
on.
entire
No
movie.
fangs.
Hold on. Sam's got a point here.
There is
the word vampire is
never
never
used.
spoken.
There is no fangs. There is neck punctures, but that could be done.
And they like sucking blood.
And whiskey,
Sure.
And they burn up during the daylight. Quite nice.
Yeah.
like hot dogs.
Are vampires people that I don't know? Are we going to really dictate
No, we're not.
the rules of what a vampire is and what isn't?
To be honest, I appreciate that this film doesn't really play with those rules too hard. It plays with its own version of the rules, but it at least doesn't fuck around with explaining to us what a fucking vampire is.
I would believe, according to Bram Stoker, these are vampires.
They are vampires.
They are.
Yeah. Need to eat blood and allergic to sunlight.
The rules of killing the lead vampire in order to become human again, not played by in this movie.
Not so much.
There's some horse doctor business.
Which actually, it's not exploited in this film. But Lance Hendrickson is obviously the lead vampire, and he's the last to die. So we never know what would have happened to Bill Paxton and the boy from Teen Witch if Lance Hendrickson had died first.
Yeah, we don't know that. We just don't. We know that a blood transfusion of Thomerson blood makes you an NFL star quarterback again.
The purest blood.
Yeah.
Anyways, Near Dark. The tale of white trash vampires.
That's putting it nicely.
They're nomads.
Nomads.
They're trash.
They're trash.
They're not trash.
Yes, they are trash,
Oh,
dude.
Okay, so you give me because
Here's why they're trash.
oh, we have royal vampires.
No, let's define trash here. Let's do a little bit of social commentary because I think this film is making social commentary. Is those of us that have the ability to do something important with our lives choose to do so.
Contribute to society.
Contribute to society.
Sure.
And those of us that also have the same powers, because all men are created equal, and
Some
choose
men
to
can eat blood and-
not do those things. They instead choose to exploit people and hurt people for their own benefit and be selfish and lazy and not contribute to society.
Okay.
End up being trash.
And they didn't change their clothes once in this movie. Even
Now,
though it's been days and days and
They
days,
don't
Bill Paxton's had the
sweat.
same...
They're vampires.
You put those same people into an immortality situation with powers. Do you think things are suddenly going to be different and everybody's going to suddenly be covered in glitter and live in a high rise with fucking Kate Beckinsale? No, there's going to be good people and there's going to be bad people. And that's the statement that this film makes. I believe that is what it's trying to say is that, hey, fuck this glittery living in a castle vampire bullshit. Just because you have superpowers doesn't mean you're any less trashy of a person.
As we go through this, I will, I'll tip you in right now, where I'm going when I'm talking about the story of the film. 3/4 of this film is a graphic novel about vampires that we would all geek out about, and it would sell for years and years to come.
They have that. It's called The Walking Dead. You're absolutely right.
Now, the rest of the film doesn't really fulfill that, but there's a story here that, for the most part, almost makes it out. And that's some of the things that you were getting at just a second ago.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, is there a point here? Because you are looking at the walls and us like we're going to make your point for you.
Oh, no. I'm just saying that there's a level of, wow, what great storytelling this is. What amazing storytelling this is. And then about 3/4 of the way through the movie, it's like, okay, wait a second. You just destroyed your own storytelling.
Right.
And as you were saying with the vampires and what rules we play by and what rules we don't play by, or how people behave with each other, that could be something that they grabbed onto in this film and they almost didn't.
And it's a shame. It's a real shame because
it got close.
Well, yeah, but this is really why I believe people love this film so much is because it is different. It's what John Carpenter did with vampires.
It's what John Carpenter did with, to be honest, The Fog.
Or The Fog, yeah. Taking something that's beloved.
Taking a small story and making it a movie.
Well, I was saying taking something that's beloved, like these monsters, and putting them more into a reality-based situation where, yes, they have these superpowers, but really, they're still just people. And it's a shame that it didn't... It doesn't nail it. That there are flaws in this movie that make it a stinker, and at the same time, it's not that creative of an idea.
No, I'm gonna blow my top right now. So up until
I think you blew it on May I?
No, up until the point where Thomerson shows up in the hotel room and they then shift gears in the whole movie, and Adrian Pasdar's Caleb character leaves the pack. The inception of Adrian Pasdar's character of Caleb through the daily life of just an outskirt renegade vampire is not the royal vampires or anything, just like a vampire.
Right.
Like, this is how you have to stay fucking alive if you're a vampire. It's a really interesting story.
Is it?
It could be.
You have to think that just 2 years prior to that, Corey Haim's brother, Jason Patrick, went through the exact same experience.
Yes, I will then, later at the end of the episode, ask a question about this versus such film you're arguing. But what I am going to present right now is that idea of this mundane vampire life.
Yeah, boring, traveling from town to town, nomads, fucking up
just
shit
having
as you go.
To do. This is the sort of shit that we eat up in graphic novels. If the ending is presented well enough, or if there is no ending, right?
Right.
This film presented a poor ending that was 20 minutes beyond what should have been the ending.
I want it freeze framed.
Yeah, it did.
In classic Catherine Bigelow style.
But there was a very interesting story and a very interesting take.
Almost interesting.
It's
an interesting take. I don't know if it's an interesting story.
At the same time, it should be noted that, yes, this could have been good.
Could have been good. I agree. Could have been good. Just a step close. Maybe a different director. Jackie, what are your thoughts on Near Dark?
You know, I thought that it had a lot of romance and relationship issues in it. And when the little boy, Teen Witch vampire guy...
Oh, yes, we should mention that the little brother from Teen Witch is basically the little brother in this movie.
Yeah. When he finds Sarah, the little sister, it's almost like you get this feeling like they're soulmates and like he's found his person.
Or it's forced soulmates. Like,
right. Like
he needs...
He has seen her, he has chosen her, and that's the only person that will do.
Yeah.
And it kind of seems that way with... God, I don't remember their names, but the leader, the guy, and...
Lance Hendrickson?
And the stereotype lady.
Jesse
and Diamondback.
Jesse and Diamondback, right? Where he finds her on the side of the road, and he just knows that they're going to be together forever. And it even says in the movie, when do you remember when? And she's like, I remember. And he's like, do you remember what year? And she says, no. And then, we have, May I?
May I give you a handy?
May I and Caleb. And when she finds Caleb, right, she is immediately attracted to him and wants to bring him into the fold and wants to keep him there.
I would
And so
too
I
if
kind of
was
think,
her.
I would too, but
Paxton.
but Paxton is alone, and you kind of get the feeling that he doesn't give a shit. He just wants to fuck
He's
things
the wild
up and-
card. He's
yeah.
definitely the wild card.
He's the wild card, but you really get the sense that they have picked when they pick their other person to go along with them throughout this movie, that's their soulmate. And you really get that sense when Teen Witch Boy is running from the car at the end, chasing Sarah, and he's just screaming her name and trying to get to her in the sunlight, and he's burning up, and you almost kind of feel sorry for his character because he wants it so badly.
Yes.
So is it a misdirected love tale?
It is.
I think it is, yeah.
And I'm going to actually burn a question with an answer because the question was, who was Bill Paxton's projected soulmate? And it was May. It got to that a little bit in the front of the movie that he was like, oh, well, you have to skewer this guy or whatever. But May did not want to stick with Bill Paxton in the long term. That's why she's picked up Adrienne Pastar.
Yeah, you kind of get the sense that Bill Paxton was like, well, you'll do. And you're already here, so you kind of belong to me, I guess.
No, it wasn't Bill Paxton saying that. It was her going, no, I don't care about, I don't like you.
Yeah,
Find a new boyfriend.
Why? Why? See, that's my question. After 500 years of existing as a vampire, why does Brenda, May, choose Caleb? He's just some rapey kind of guy on the side of the road.
He's a rapey cowboy in the beginning of this, definitely.
Yeah, I'm a cowboy, and I'm at the bar, and I'm going to like you, and you're going to like me, and if you don't like that, then I'm going to like your face, baby.
There is no point in the movie where May says her age.
So what?
She does say, though,
So
that when
what?
she was taken, she was in high school.
Yeah, so
Yes.
what?
She
And
still
she-
is in high school.
So what? Why
And
does she like...
the kid is still in the kid stage, right?
Why does she like Caleb over Bill Paxton?
I think
I'm
if
going
you
with the
watched-
soulmate principle.
It's
Bill
more of a
Paxton is-
fate-based system where
Yeah.
you have
Like in
this
any other vampire
one-
tale, they've got the one person.
Any other vampire tale.
Bram Stoker's Dracula, his wife, and he waited an eternity and found her again and then becomes obsessed with her.
Lisa, is that what her name is?
And then,
Jonathan Harkness's lady, is that who you're talking about?
yeah, and he finds her and then he becomes obsessed with her because that's his soulmate reincarnated.
See, I always interpreted that as she's got huge boobs.
Huge boobs.
Yeah, Bram
Winona
Stoker,
Ryder?
blah blah blah. Dracula liked her because she's got sweet
No,
hands.
it's because she looks exactly like Nina looks exactly like his
Oh,
wife,
so
his,
it's like
his true
the
love.
mummy with
Oh.
Oxanamon.
Right, so she gets reincarnated and he thinks that's my reincarnated
just
wife.
confusion. That's not fate. That's just being a dumbass. And everywhere I go, something always reminds me of her. And suddenly you're driving down the
Water
road
towers.
and you see some water towers that are shaped like boobs and you're humping the sight of them. That's not fate. That's just being a dumbass.
But
saw
I think
that
that the
one
fate
time.
factor was supposed to be part of this movie. As
I
far as the
think
fate
you're right.
of falling
I
in
think
love.
you're right. I still just can't figure out by your argument and your argument why May would choose Caleb over Bill Paxton. I don't think Bill
Now,
Paxton
I will give you
is
another
in love
argument
with May
for
I.
that.
I have yet to speak on Bill Paxton. I think Bill Paxton
you
has
give-
found his soulmate. And I think his soulmate,
Is Adrian Pasdar?
is Bill Paxton.
Well,
I
that's
think
fine.
he loves himself and being the wild card. I like your theory of fate. I completely like it. It all lines up because everybody's oddly in love with each other. And even in the snuggle van on the first night, they're all comfortable in their own snuggliness, except for Bill Paxton, who is sleeping by himself and seems to have, there's no air of, Bill Paxton snuggling himself and then looking over at Adrian Pasdar and May I while they're snuggling and being jealous. No, he's just comfortable being who he is,
Yes.
the wild card throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, he doesn't care
His
about anybody.
soulmate is himself.
He's in that weird stage that Lance Henriksen's character got before he then found himself like, oh no, I am just the caretaker of a small pack and
Of
I
a
have
family.
to lead it.
That's what's real.
Yeah. But Paxton is now at the stage where he's like, I can kill and live on my own and I can bang when I want.
Maybe.
But he still needs Lance Henriksen's character to tell him, Jesse, to say, oh no, that's not how we do it when we get into hairy, thick situations. This is how we do it.
All right. Well, enough theorizing. Let's get into this. We are halfway done, so we're going to have to move fast. Anyways, so...
Good thing nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens in this movie.
I only have 1 page of notes.
So, the movie takes place in Texas and the Southwest.
Oklahoma.
Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, probably. Lots of driving around. But anyways, Caleb is a small town boy. And he meets, while being a bro with his bros, he sees May. May's just strutting. She's putting out the vibe and eating ice cream, and he likes it. He likes what she's got going on. But maybe he's just a small town redneck that sees a pretty lady and is like, I'm gonna go get some of that, boys.
Who likes Tangerine Dream?
Tangerine Dream.
Weren't they the music
They
behind
were.
this movie?
I
Yeah.
just tossed that in there.
There was also Danger Danger in this film.
Yeah.
And George Strait.
And George Strait. So he walks up to her and he's giving her the old, oh, where are you from, baby? And I'm going to twirl my hat and give you the googly eyes. And she kind of is like, whatever. So they go for a ride. She's awfully vague about who she is. Oh, where are you from? She's like, around. How long you been around? Well, forever. I'm not like any girl you ever met.
Did they exchange names in this first scene?
Man.
No, not until they get into the truck.
When they get into the truck, do they exchange names? Because I really tried to pay attention to this.
Diamondback
And,
and Jesse Hooker.
yeah, when the movie's been going on for a little while, May says, Caleb, take me home.
Mhm.
And you're like, when
Caleb
did
takes me
his
home.
name become Caleb?
I will
Is
give
this
either
now?
of you $1 if you can tell me what Bill Paxton's name is in this film.
Stirrup.
Sling Blade. I don't know.
Both good guesses. Severin.
Severin.
No, they do not introduce characters' names very well in this film. Caleb, he's a little aggressive. He's kind of like giving me the love, baby, whether you like it or not. But she's like, we gotta go. We gotta get out
He
of
tries
here.
to romance her with a horse, but the horse is onto her.
Yeah, he takes her to a horse and it gets spooked.
Oh, horses don't like her.
Horses don't like vampires, I guess.
Yeah.
Horses don't
Or
like
just-
anybody.
Yeah.
They like me.
Anybody that gives them oats, okay.
I usually bring apples.
Apples are okay until the horse gets the shits twice. And then you bring an apple around and that horse is not going to be excited to see you, Mrs. Green Apple Horse Shits. I'm telling you what. Never owned a horse. I've owned a mule. They don't like the green apples.
You know who doesn't like green apples?
Vampires.
Vampires.
Yeah.
So he ropes her. She's trying to get away, and he ropes her. How can you? It's very Sean Connery-esque. She's stronger though. She pulls him, and they smooch. So she's stronger than a man, we know. But she panics, and she wants to go home because the sun's coming up.
She's like, what time is it? Take me home.
Take me home.
Oh, baby, we got
gotta
plenty
get
of time
home
before
the dawn.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
QQ.
And there's not the way the movie goes. Like,
And
he's
really,
taking her home.
What
Where is
female
home?
gets out of a truck with somebody who comes over to open their door for them that has a rope in their hand?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, I have something to show you. Really? With a rope? What? No. I'm just going to sit here. You show me from the windshield.
That was quite flirting before. This next bit is sexual assault. If she's not a vampire, this is sexual assault, brother. Stops the
Okay.
car in the middle of the road. I'm not taking you home unless you give me a kiss. Uh-oh. Not cool, Caleb.
Yeah, somebody tried that on me once.
Yeah.
And I'm like, or I could just punch you in the left nut.
If only you had been a vampiress.
I didn't have to be. I was like, you either take me hard or I punch you in the left nut, and it's going to hurt real bad, and then I'll just walk.
And he's like, what about that right nut?
I punch you in that one too, buddy.
Damn.
To
That
say
was
the
me.
least, I got taken home.
Yeah, that was me.
I'm burning a question.
Yeah. Was that me? Totally.
At this point, is Adrian Pastar's character, Caleb, a meal?
No.
Oh, I don't think so.
Because I think she
Not
would have killed him by then.
Jackie's fate theory.
Yeah, but the way that they treat other people in
Why
this
is
movie,
she out now? Let me ask you a couple of questions. Why is she out on her own?
she's out hunting. But
You've
then she
seen
meets
them hunting. Now he is, by what you've seen, he must be
Lunchy
a
munchy.
victim.
Yeah, she's bait. I think she's bait.
Yeah, she's out
No,
hunting,
she's just
and then
going
she
to feed on him and kill him. But she decides instead to turn him
Yeah, okay.
because she loves him.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm
She
not
was
sure if that
out
was
hunting.
a question or a statement.
And then she realizes that, oh, this is my dude, and
So she chomps him.
chomps him instead in the heat of the moment, because she could have killed him at any time
Right.
and didn't do it.
Nope. So the truck won't start now. Oh, she bails. Oh. She just
Sun's
runs
coming
off.
up.
Yeah. Oh. Truck won't start, so he starts walking back to his place. Oh, I got the tummy cramps. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, guys, seriously, my stomach. Oh. He's starting to smoke. Sun's coming up. He's smoldering. Tummy, seriously.
That seems like the fastest turn for a vampire I have ever seen in a movie.
Tim Thomerson and Sarah see him.
Tim Thomerson,
They're
animal doctor.
they're apparently family.
Giving injections to cows.
Yeah. Some RV pulls up out of nowhere. That comes in hot. Nabs him.
About to turn over, but doesn't.
Tosses him in the van. Tosses him in the RV, the motorhome. It's a band full of vamps.
Oh, this is one of the only notes I'd like to get at. Should have been a commercial for RVing.
Oh,
RVing! If you're a family of vampires, you can then kill a bunch of people and go wide on a turn on a dirt road. RVing.
I think that was one of Winnebago Man's primary arguments.
These goddamn flies.
1 fly, 2 fly, 3
Three
fly.
fly.
Get out of here, you jackass.
Yeah.
Well, they want to wake him up, or they want to whack him.
No argument for the RV. That's fine.
So they want to whack him. They want to kill him because he's just some guy inside the van that Brenda has fallen in love with. So she dives on him. No,
Right.
you can't kill him.
Because Paxton was going to cut his head off.
Yeah. But he's churned. He's going to churn.
He's one of us
He's
now.
one of
He's
us.
turned.
So, nighttime in the van. They accept him, I guess. Everybody snuggles. They get intros then the next day, which is weird. I'm Diamondback. I'm a tough lady. I'm James Hooker. I'm Bishop from Alien. I'm May. Yeah, you kind of fondled me. I'm some kid named Homer. I'm going to grab your junk.
That was weird.
That was weird. I guess.
And don't mispronounce it or you'll be sorry.
So Paxton steals a car. They switch. They burn the RV for some reason to the ground. I don't know why. Anybody got a theory on that one?
Not leaving any evidence.
Every vehicle that they've had is just a piece of it. They burn it all to the ground.
When is it time to switch vehicles?
Basically a 2-day period. They're just like, oh,
That's
we
the
gotta go.
law.
We gotta go on a 2-day thing. It's been 2 days. We're rolling on the 2-day period.
Okay.
Don't argue with me on that.
We picked up that RV in Amarillo. Now it's time to burn it to the ground.
Burn that shit to the ground. Nobody's gonna know that it's a bunch of goddamn vampires. Because
So Caleb wants to go home now. He's not happy. He's not liking being a vampire, I guess. Which is like 2 days later, so he just bails and he's gonna walk home. How's he gonna get home? He's walking home.
He tries to take the bus.
No, that's like later.
That's the same night.
It's not the same night. Trust me, I kept track of these days. The time has no meaning in this film, nor distance. It's just random places and times and days and oh fuck it, I'm over here now.
Thomerson says he's in Waco at one point.
At one point, they say Wichita, Kansas, and Waco.
Yep.
which is the bus station is in Kansas, but he's not to Kansas yet because that's the next day.
Oh, man,
Couple
you're right.
of next days.
He's just going to walk back to Waco from probably Houston. Not possible, buddy.
Amarillo by morning.
Well, I guess he's a vampire. Does Caleb know at this point of the film that he's a vampire?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
He knows he's screwy.
So he tries to get a bus, but he's got no money.
He's $3 short.
$3 short from a ticket.
So he buys a Zagnut,
Yeah, that was a good idea.
and then he barfs it up, and then he tells the cop that he's $3 short.
Which leads me to my first question. If you're a vampire, can you eat nothing but blood?
I know they're
You
drinking
can't have
whiskey
a
later.
Zagnut?
Yeah, they're drinking whiskey. That's just fucking corn or wheat or... Why can't he eat the candy?
I don't know, man. He doesn't like it.
Maybe he's just lactose intolerant to begin with. Like, oh, candy was a bad idea, and I happen to be a vampire. Damn it.
Zagnut.
Well, either way, some
Boo.
cops shows up, hassling him. It's that one guy that looks like Benjamin's right-hand man from Wayne's World. Like, I always mix up these two guys. Like, if
No, he's in
Benjamin...
Wayne's World.
It's not the same guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
It's not the same guy.
It's the same guy.
If Benjamin was an ice cream flavor, he'd be pralines and dick.
No.
That
It's a
guy...
different guy.
I don't think he's in Wayne's World. Anyways, so he's like, here, take some cash, buddy, whatever. So he gets on the bus. He gets a tummy ache, and so he has to get off the bus. Now, how far do you think he traveled while on that bus?
5
13
blocks.
miles.
13 miles?
I'm going 5 blocks.
5 blocks, whatever.
Because he just ends right back up with the caravan of vampires in their new car.
Yeah, he just walks back to Brenda, who's just hanging out at, like,
May.
the bus depot. I'm just going to call her Brenda. She's a Brenda. She is a future stripper. Her life, sans vampire blood, is stripper.
Stripper.
Or a bartender and
Brenda.
shithole. Yeah, she's just a Brenda. So Brenda offers up an arm. He sucks it. Tasty vampire blood. And then we get vampire romance, which is my least favorite part of this film.
They just run off into the night together.
Yeah, but they're like, woo,
We belong to the night. We belong to the night.
each other. Yeah. Meanwhile, Thomerson's trying to get the police involved. They don't like it. Go on, find them yourself. So he goes on his own search.
He gets to Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
And he takes the daughter.
Oh, yeah, he brings
Sarah.
Sarah along. Caleb tries to call home. There's no answer. Where are they? They've been 4 days on the road now. God knows where the hell they are. 4 days
Waco,
on the road.
Texas.
You can travel. They're in middle America. 4 days on the road. They could get to either coast, but they don't. Brandon wants Caleb to kill. Got to kill somebody to be part of this clan, but he doesn't. Paxton's like, go on, kill somebody.
I assume that at this point, if Adrian Bastard's character does kill, he will then replace the character of Bill Paxton. So, Bill Paxton's character is extraordinarily...
He's too much of a wild card.
No, he's defensive because it's like, there's only so much room on this bus. If May decides that she loves this guy and they're going to go doing their thing, what room do I have? Because we already have the...
So Bill Paxton is trying to defend his position within the Vamp clan.
Yes.
I totally concur with that because there is usually in this type of film, there's some sequence where like Lance Hendrickson and Bill Paxton would like bro down and like be like, you and me forever, for life, brother. Like Lance Hendrickson and William Forsythe did in Stone Cold.
Yes.
And that doesn't happen. This tightly knit vamp community is just kind of doing its own thing with this loose cannon named Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
And, hey, if you've got a good replacement for the wild card and you want to bone down with him, May, you go right ahead.
Yeah.
That's my Lance Hendrickson impression. I like that theory, Sam.
No, because at the same time as Lance Henriksen, as a guy who's been in the shit since the Civil War, he's been the wild card 6 or 7 or 8 times.
Right. He's Logan, essentially. I want to have nothing. You can't invite Logan into the Avengers
Nope.
He's a wild card.
Wild card.
Yeah, you got to bring in somebody safe like fucking Starbrand or somebody. Some butthole that you don't even care about. It's just, you know what, if that guy dies, whatever.
Stargrove.
Yeah, Stargrove. You bring Stargrove in. So he doesn't want to kill people. He jacks a truck. Everybody's jacking cars and hitchhiking and stuff. But
They're out hunting.
they're out hunting, but they all decide to jack or get jacked or whatever. And Caleb and Brenda, they're with the trucker. Classic stinker staple number 1. Truckers.
Trucker.
Bite the trucker, bite the trucker. I won't bite the trucker. Stop this truck. In order to stop this truck, you got to downshift from here to there.
We all know you just picked this movie because there's trucking
Oh,
in it.
totally. But he learns how to truck, which will come into play later. So he bails. I can't bite the trucker. Brenda, just go ahead and do it for me. She bites him. They all end up on a train together. Go to a bar. This is when shit starts to get really fucking crazy.
The bar is the crazy point of the film, and it's the point where you're like, oh, James LaGrosse is in the film. How exciting. But it then underdelivers its promises of crazy shit.
Shit kicker heaven is what they call it. Paxton's talking shit to the locals. Beats up a local. There's a kid in the bar. Nobody cares about that. Waitress gets her face cut off. Nobody seems to really care too much about that either. Nobody panics like, holy shit. Stella just got her face cut off. Well, that's a bummer.
Bummer.
Bartender has a shotgun behind the bar, of course.
Bummer.
Street sweeper. Caleb gets blasted in the tummy by the shotgun, but he's all right.
Yeah, but he's freaking out. Paxton's
Well,
like, just sit down, I'll take care of
He's
it.
never been exposed to vamp business up until this point, other than like people keep saying to eat people. This is his first discovery that he's got powers now. He's invincible to bullets. Paxton jumps up on the table and gives the finest performance of this film. I care not what you say, Sam. Paxton is an amazing actor compared to Tim Thomerson.
Oh, boo.
So, Paxton cuts the bartender's throat with his spurs. There's one man standing. Who's that guy?
Which, Henriksen?
No,
or
who's the last man standing?
The guy from Baby.
James LaGrosse.
James LaGrosse is the last man standing. Brenda gets to him. Come over here. He goes through the window, which is classic stinker staple number 2. Man or woman diving through window. They burn the bar to the ground. Caleb chases him down. They let him go. Or he lets him go. Because, Sam, why does Caleb let James LaGrosse go?
Because he cannot make a kill. He cannot do it. He wants to. He loves the kill. But he cannot do it.
Yeah, what about the Solar Babies connection?
Yeah, Solar
Yeah.
Babies.
Boda.
Bodai.
Bodai.
He can't do it because of Bodai.
Bodai told him, you cannot kill.
So dumb. So the vampires are pissed at Caleb. You should killed him, man. You should killed him. So they make it to some bungalow safe house. Oh no, the cops show up the next day. They got the place surrounded. Shoot it up. Daylight. Paxton gets burnt. Checkout time, bitches.
Checkout time.
Caleb runs for the van. He's on fire. He gets shot. Drives the van in to the hotel. Picks up the folks. And
This
drives
is
it
the thing
out.
that I don't really get. Like,
Okay.
Adrian Pazdar's character hates cops.
Right.
He's like,
No,
I'll
wait, why
drive
does he hate
over cops and then bust up some cops and then we'll shoot cops all the way out. But just an average person, I won't kill them. Say you get cops involved. Oh boy, I'm going to the limit. Because that's what happens in the movie. He's like, oh, now that the cops are shooting at us, I will risk my own life.
Do you think that he hurt cops? I didn't get that. Did you get that, Jackie?
I think Samus went off on his own tangent again.
I don't think he hurt any cops, man.
I don't think he has, but he wants to.
No, they did what they had to do to escape.
Yeah, it was just
And that was
escape.
it. He shot some people so that they could escape.
He didn't shoot anybody. He doesn't have a gun. He just dives through the van. Like, I'll get you guys out of here. I'll
So all
sacrifice
these
my own
people
body.
die and it wasn't your fault?
Well, I guess
Adrian Pasdar.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's guilty by association, like everybody else is shooting the cops, and he's like, I gotta save my friends who are shooting cops.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's not a cool move, dude. Yeah, that's a couple terms in prison.
When you get caught between the cops and New York City.
So they get away. They drive all day. The next day, no one looks for a black van that is smoldering with bullet holes on it. Don't
Full
put
of
it.
vampires.
Yeah, full of vampires. Don't put an APB out on that shit. Nope. They just make it to a new hotel.
To be honest, nobody's looking for vampires.
Oh, I guess, but they should probably be looking for a black smoldering van with bullet holes all over it in Texas.
That's like every van in
like
Texas.
every van in Texas. I mean, come on now.
Good
come
point.
on now.
Good point. So the kid finds, at the new hotel, he finds Caleb's sister. As Jackie discussed, he loves her.
Yep, teen witch kid
Takes her back to the room.
to watch TV.
Yeah. Caleb walks in. Oh, hey, it's my sister. Oh, then Bill Paxton go gets his dad, Tim Thomerson. Oh, shit, there's a showdown. It's a Mexican showdown. Kid wants a sister. I won't let her go. I won't let her go. You let that kid go. I won't do it. I won't do it. That's my sister. I'll fucking kill all of you guys. That's my Bill Paxton. Tim Thomerson pulls a gun, shoots Hooker in the chest. Hooker spits out the bullet in Tim Thomerson's coat pocket. Blech. That's my Lance Henderson.
Bleh.
Yeah. Caleb opens the door, exposes the sun to all of them. It's daytime again.
Yeah, that happened really fast.
Yeah. Bail into a truck. Dad's got some supplies in there. And Caleb gets a brainiac idea. You're going to cure me of vampirism, Dad, with your veterinarian skills. Because I'm half animal now. I'm a beast of Satan. So,
Okay, I don't think that's really where he
well,
was going with it,
all
but
right.
transfusion anyway.
Okay, so it gives him a blood transfusion. It's success! Hey, Caleb's no longer a vampire. Sarah and Caleb dirt frolic. It's nice. I thought the
Caleb
movie
dirt
should have.
frolic.
Yeah, I thought the movie should have ended right there. Like, I think there should have been a shootout at the hotel room with Thomerson and Caleb, and then dirt frolic, freeze frame, credits, movie over. But no, it keeps going.
No, see, the thing that I thought was very interesting about the movie was that like, oh, it's a graphic novel idea. That it did maintain that whole graphic novel idea of what it's like to be a low-level vampire. Yet, at the same time, it moved beyond that, and then it was like, oh no, we have to have an ending. We move along in our life and do as we must do, but try to accept people as they are. I mean, it's just so
Which
dumb.
is the moral of modern day society.
I know, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if you're a vampire...
Hey,
and
gays, lesbians, black, whites, reds, greens, vampires, accept people for who they are, man.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I was, getting at. It's like, wow, what do we do with these vampires? man?
Cardassian.
The Cardassians.
Cavemen.
Kiss my ass. Hey, I'll let the Klingons sort them out. I tell you what.
So Brenda shows up. Hey, Caleb, now that you're not a vampire, I missed you. I missed you, baby. I missed you so much. But Sarah's gone. Sarah's been stolen from the house. The vamp clan is back. Little boy Homer has stolen Sarah. Caleb gets on a pony. Chases her into town. I gotta find Sarah.
Right, because they have slashed all the tires in the vehicles. We should probably mention that.
Yeah, well, who cares? He gets on a pony. That's what's awesome. The pony panics. It's Paxton.
Pony.
Paxton gets on a
Pony.
punches the pony to the ground or something. I don't know.
No, the pony bucks him off because he gets
Uh-huh.
scared. Paxton starts beating up Caleb.
Oh,
There's
he
a semi-
punches him.
Yeah, there's a semi-truck coming.
Big Rain Part 2.
Take it from there, Justin.
So, Caleb gets inside the big rig. Hey, say, that's a nice big rig. Tears the guy out. Paxton jumps on the front of the truck.
Paxton shoots the driver in the head.
He shoots the driver in the head, gets ran over, ends up on the front of the truck, starts tearing out parts of the truck. Oh no! Truck explodes! Paxton essentially kills himself
As Caleb bails.
as Caleb bails. Caleb and Sarah are on the way. Oh no! Sarah gets nabbed by the crew again. It's daylight again. Brenda bails with Sarah as the boy gives chase. Everybody's on fire. Everybody's on fire. The boy explodes. The car explodes. Brenda gets a blood transfusion, and the freeze frame leads to the credits. Now, give me your questions, jackasses.
He's talking to you, Sam, in particular.
Yeah.
Where does this fall in the vampire movies for you? What number of vampire? Like, I think this one falls as a solid number 3 for me.
Like, favorite vampire movies?
Yes.
Ooh, man. I'm assuming we're counting Blade.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming we're counting any of the Christopher Lee movies. Like,
Underworld.
Any vampire movie ever, even if it's
Yes.
interpretive.
Absolutely. Where does it fall?
Like 10, dude. I don't think that this is a very good movie. I really didn't enjoy this film. I enjoyed this. The only thing that I enjoy about this film is somebody let the chains off Paxton, and he fucking goes crazy, and he's great. That's the only thing I like about this film.
Do you have vampire films doing better than this?
Blade, as I mentioned. Let the
Blade,
Right One In. Nosferatu. Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's 4 right there.
Bram Stoker's Dracula is not accepted.
Well,
I think it is accepted,
that's too
Sam.
bad. I really like that movie.
Not accepted.
I also like those 4 films on the fly, off the cusp, is pretty good.
Yeah, but now at the same time you think, wow, this is really
Oh,
fun
John
to-
Carpenter's Vampires.
Not good.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'll take Buffy.
The Lost Boys.
Lost Boys was number 1 or number 2, depending on the
Yeah,
list.
I like Lost Boys better than I like this film.
Yeah.
I was extremely disappointed by Near Dark. I'm not going to lie. I would put it in 10. It's better than Twilight.
I haven't seen that.
I have, unfortunately.
Jackie, is this
It's better than the Underworld
Twilight?
movies.
I don't think it's better than the Underworld movies. I think it is better than Twilight because it's more raw in its emotion.
It's
and
very raw.
It's very
It has redeeming qualities, for
yeah,
sure.
and it's very much, if you're going to be a vampire, you're not going to live in a nice house and all this crap. You are going to be a nomad going from town to town killing people because people start to notice when other people die.
Right.
And so I kind of thought that it was a little more realistic than the sparkly vampire movies of Twilight. But I enjoyed it more than the Twilight movies. But I didn't enjoy it more than the Underworld.
Yeah. Well, okay. I just think it falls into the same realm as Zombievers and Wolf Cop. It's just a giant missed opportunity. It's misdirected. It is poorly told. It's a great story, poorly told.
It's a great story that has a lot of
It would
potential.
have been a great story, but it was poorly told. You're absolutely right.
And Bill Paxton's just, he's my guy. Like, you know what? I'm in a boxing match against Glass Joe. You know who I'm putting in as my manager? It's Bill Paxton.
But don't you think a lot of that had to do with the editing as well? I mean, I think that they probably had all of the pieces of the story there. They seem to be there. And then I think that some of the key pieces were missing that were never even put in.
Yeah, either not shot or missing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I felt like, I didn't think it was a bad film. You know, I'm going to give it a do. I really liked it.
Maybe we will see a director's cut on Blu-ray at some point.
that would be
This
cool.
is not on Blu-ray at this point. This was released on DVD about 10 years ago. So it's definitely due for the Blu-ray treatment because this is a cult film for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe there will be an extended director's cut where we'll kind of flesh out those characters a little bit more.
How long does May last after she gets that transfusion?
Before she becomes a stripper
Oh.
in a small town.
6 months.
Good chance.
6 months?
I don't know. Maybe she becomes like a veterinary assistant for the dad.
Or a waitress.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like.
Hey, who's to say there's anything wrong with that?
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking that as much sway as the dad has in a small community that is agriculturally based with husbandry involved.
Animal husbandry.
Animal husbandry, thank you.
Make sure you put the animal in front of it.
So I'm going to assume that the dad has some sway and that he's going to be able to help her find a position in town.
I have a question.
Sure.
Would a vampire blood transfusion work?
Like if you
No.
wanted to become a vampire?
Either way. I'm a vampire, I don't want to be anymore, or I'm a human and I would like to be a vampire.
No.
I don't
Actually,
think it
no.
would work.
I'm going to say yes, it does, and no, it does not. I think that if you bite onto somebody's neck as a vampire, that is a vampire to human blood transfusion, but I don't think you can go back. I don't think you can clean that shit out of there because it's a virus.
The best question yet. Did the North win because of more vampires?
Wait, because of the Civil War? Yes, they did.
No.
Vampires
because
love
if you
equality. Vampires love equality, Sam.
Did the North?
Blade fought for the
I
North.
am reading my question.
Blade fought for the North, man. That's how they won.
Did the North
Oh, actually,
have
Blade
more
would've fought for the
vampires than the South?
No. Bill Paxton is definitely fighting for the South, dude, in this film.
No, okay, I know how this goes down. I saw Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, the South had a bunch of vampires,
Uh-huh.
but then they, got all the silver from the North
Right.
and made silver bullets and shit and killed them all. So,
Yeah. And then Blade hacked them to bits.
yeah, so I'm
Right.
going to say probably the South had more, but the North was a little smarter about how to handle it.
I have a serious question. This is all
Sure.
fun and games and grab ass and stuff, but at the end of the movie, when they go back after Caleb has had his transfusion,
Sure.
why did they go back? Why did the vampire van go back?
Because they like Earth.
No.
The clan goes back because Homer was in love with Sarah, and he wanted to claim Sarah as his person.
So they only go back because Homer was
For
like,
Sarah.
"Eh,
Yeah, they
Right,
only go
because-
back for Sarah. Yeah.
Sarah."
Because May is distracting Caleb why they go in and get Sarah.
Uh-huh.
Because Sarah was already in bed, right?
Shouldn't Lance Henriksen have been like, we're not going back for that little bitch?
That's what I would have thought. But, vampires are unpredictable.
They are unpredictable. And I guess that's the moral of the movie. Vampires are unpredictable as shit, including the rules of it. So what did we say?
I'm giving it a do. I loved it.
Sam, thoughts?
This shit was terrible.
You're going to say do not?
I have a hard time saying do.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel guilty recommending this film. I didn't
No,
enjoy
I
it.
don't. I do not. This shit is stupid.
It's stupid.
It's stupid. Don't even
It's not
bother
good. Bill Paxton's the only reason I can imagine watching this film. Unless you like fucking vampires, I guess. And it's glitter vampire bullshit. It is exactly what it shouldn't be.
It's dirty vampire bullshit.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you very
it's-
much.
but
And
it's-
I liked it.
Yeah, it's just a fresh look on vampires, but they have no.
It's a slow take. It's just like,
It's a
little
great story
graphic
Polly
novel.
told.
Yeah, exactly. Great story, graphic novel business. After that, go on your own benefit. Wow.
Well, it'll be Sam's pick next week. We'll look forward to that. In the meantime, get to the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter @StinkerMadness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.
Oh, I've got a good question here.
Oh, I don't know if they're good questions, but they are sound questions. They sound like questions.
Oh, that's good.
By sound questions, I mean echo.
Okay, if I can read these later, these are very pertinent questions. I believe, Jackie, sound off.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Look good, sound good, you?
Yeah, she sounds great.
No, how
Oh.
about you?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Sound good, look great. I
We're
know
all a handsome bunch of boogers tonight.
we're all a little low, but we're gonna get more animated as things go on, so it'll be okay. Try not to stray from the microphone too much. Try not to do this. We're all guilty of it. I'm not gonna single anybody out.
Thanks, drunkard. On with the show.
Hooray for Hollywood.
First note of business, Jackie is a butthole. What is, it's not D.W. Sweeney. Who's the guy that just won the Academy Award?
What?
No, the guy that just won the Academy Award. He's in Terminator 5. We just went to Terminator 5. What is it called?
What the hell are you talking
Terminator 5. You know what I'm saying? J.W. Griffith. P.W.
I don't know that we can finish
Smack.
recording this.
Oh, this one's garbage. It's going to take a lot of work.
No, what's his name?
Who?
The insurance guy.
J.K. Simmons?
J.K. Simmons shows up and he's like, wait,
J.K. Simmons does not appear in this film.
he does not. I had a point with J.K. Simmons. It's been left and gone for a while.
The best that you can
Between
do.
the cops and New York copsy. Best that you can do
The best that
is
you
fall
can
in
do
love
is
with
fall in love.
not getting shot by the cops.
Sam, we're good together on this soloing business.
We should have a nice
Karaoke battle.
Stinker Madness harmonies.